I think the industry is extremely positive. The retail industry, as you can see, has been back on the roads after a very traumatic 2020 and 2021. 2022 was a year, I think, of coming back to the reckoning. Our offline business has been growing quite dramatically. Online business has sustained itself. So all in all, I think we've come out of a very, very dark period quite well. And personally, I'm extremely positive about how retail is going to shape up for India in the coming next few years. Well, let me put it this way. Finally, if the focus of your business is the consumer, what the consumer is looking forward is not the process by which the consumer gets the product, but the brands that the consumer wants to buy into. And I think our jobs as marketeers is to make sure that we present the brand to the appropriate audience in the right manner, in the manner that is brand right. So the channel that we talk about, whether it's D2C or whether it's through offline business or through multi product stores or exclusive stores, that's just the process. Our customers are not looking at the world in these verticals. I think they're looking at the world pretty seamlessly. We, as you know, the entire Fossil Group brands that we have, of which there is Fossil, Emporio Armani, Michael Kors, Armani Exchange, Diesel, Skagen, all of these brands are oriented towards the millennials and Gen Z. And I don't think any of these consumers are looking at it from the point of view of either a D2C or a B2B kind of business. They're looking at it as what is convenient for me. And you might have a situation where the consumers start their journey online, buy offline, or vice versa. They can start the journey offline, buy online, or any such mix of these options. So I think we are in a world wherein the consumers are operating retail seamlessly. We need to be able to provide a seamless experience to that consumer. The fact of the matter in India is that you have a young population, you have a higher disposable income, the economy is growing and hopes to and continues to grow as we go forward. I think as people get exposed to more and more brands, in our case international brands, or be it any other brand, you're going to find that consumers get more aware of what the globe is about. It is pretty much a flat world. Exposure is extremely high, and they're going to be looking for brands that suit their personality on the journey that they are in, the retail journey that they are in. So in Fossil, as I mentioned, we have a whole plethora of brands. We have Fossil going all the way up to an Emporio Armani. So customers would find that in that journey they have a brand that's appropriate for them at the point of time that they are in. So yes, we can see that our premium brands are growing, some of them growing faster than our core brands. But I think that is just the expression of how India as a country is developing. I spoke about one of the trends earlier out of the three, which is that the consumer operates these markets seamlessly. We need to provide in our infrastructure, be it online, offline, or whichever way you have, an equally seamless exposure to the consumer, so that the entire journey that the consumer makes is seamless. That's one. Two, I think in terms of personalization, we've spoken about that. Customers want a personalized experience. So for that, as an example for us in our watch industry, we have provided a small service at our store where we have a laser engraving device, and we are able to actually laser engrave a message on the back of the watch. And pretty much all of our consumers avail of that service. It's free for our consumers. They avail of that service and put in a very specific message which is engraved, as it were. So personalization is going to be the second biggest feature, as it were. And I think the third, if I were to look at it, is making that whole process as seamless as possible. How do we ensure that the customer has a great appreciation of the brand, irrespective of whether they are online, offline, or whichever have you, that they have the same experience. So the ability to make sure that all of our platforms are able to deliver the same consumer experience. And that's going to be a challenge because the platforms are so different, the verticals are so different. How do we make that a singular experience, a uniform experience?